Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. As you can see, we're going to take a look at another of the new Attack Pack figures today. It is actually the final of the new wave of new figures as far as the Attack Packs go, and it is the Proceratosaurus. As far as the box goes, of course, you've got Owen, the Rex, and Triceratops. I'm kind of tired of telling you this. And then, of course, you've got the Attack Pack figures, the other three that are currently released in this wave here on the back. Beautiful box as always, but I've seen it about 1,000 times now, so let's get this guy out of the box. So here is the card, as always. This is actually the second Proceratosaurus card I think that we probably have in this line, as we previously had another Attack Pack version of it with a much darker paint scheme. Again, very cool image of the Proceratosaurus, some nice shots of the stats, and the usual Dino Rivals Jurassic World on the back. Awesome card as always. And then here is the actual new Proceratosaurus. And I must say that I am actually 100% sold on this already. It is really a beautiful looking Proceratosaurus. It honestly is just super striking looking. And the idea behind that orange color all over that brown is just honestly really beautiful. I think they've done a great choice on the coloration of this one as opposed to the previous one. The other one I did like a lot, but I think I definitely like this one much more. And again, this is showing such a drastic improvement in my opinion as far as the paint goes on Mattel figures, because one thing I'm noticing right away on this is that the tail is full-blown painted when it comes to this orange color, as normally Mattel would just make the whole body one color, then put some paint on it here and there, but they've actually taken the time to make the paint on the tail the same color as the paint on the top of the body. I honestly don't even remember if they've done that with any figures previously, and there is actually just in general a good bit of paint applied to this Proceratosaurus. So I am super excited about this. Let's get a closer look at it. So as far as newly added features or anything, there's nothing new as far as the sculpt or anything goes, but the inside of the mouth does have some nice pinkish paint on it. It kind of appears as though it's not quite as painted as you would normally see. As you can see, it's kind of just the tongue, and the rest of the mouth in there is the same color as the rest of the body, the orange. But I don't really mind that. I think that actually looks pretty good. The teeth have a tiny bit of sloppiness on them, but it's not anything bad. I think they still look pretty nice. It's just basically some areas where the paint has kind of run up onto the side of the mouth a little bit, but it's nothing terrible to really complain about. And actually, I'm really intrigued by this. Nicely painted eye. Nicely painted eye. That is 3 for 3 as far as these new Attack Pack figures go. The eyes are all perfectly in place. I'm hoping that's the way it is for all of them, not just mine. However, all 3 of my new Attack Pack figures have beautifully placed eyes, so kudos to Mattel for finally getting rid of that problem. Again, we've looked at the sculpt, we don't need to look at it, we're just here to look at what's new. So the new paint here on this one, it's actually a similar brown to what we had previously seen. For the overall coloration of the body, it is a very dark brown, almost like a chocolate brown. Not quite the same shade as we saw previously, but it's very close. As far as the head, you can see it's all got a lot of orange all over it. It's got a lot of different orange in different places, I should say, not just different oranges, but you can see there are different variations of orange included. So you've got like the brown around the eye, and then the majority of the face is that orange, but then you've got this brighter orange up here on the top, which I think really looks cool. And they've done such a cool job on it that you can kind of see brown areas just kind of poking through in certain spots, like over here on the side of the palette. So it's really honestly incredibly nice looking for how they've applied the paint, really giving it a beautiful, very realistic look, I think, with the way the paint is applied on this Attack Pack version of the Proceratosaurus. Even down here on the neck, you can kind of see all sort of splotches of this orange all over the place, but the brown kind of sneaks through in different areas. I think that really looks awesome. I love that they've included the brown around the eyes too, really giving it a very nice appearance. And then as you move down the neck, you can see that this very light orange kind of tapers off, and then it gets to the same orange that you see on the face. But then when you actually get to the body, the orange up here in the back is a different shade yet again of orange compared to what you see on the rest of the body. So that right there shows 3 different versions of orange are included in this dinosaur right here, so that is awesome. I love that. And then you get to the tail and it kind of tapers back off to that same orange that you see on the face back here, and the entire tail, as I stated previously before, is completely painted in that orange, so I really like that. And I think the overall paint scheme of this is honestly beautiful. They have included some of those black spots here and there on the body, but they're not quite as frequent as you saw in previous releases. But overall, as far as the paint scheme goes, this Proceratosaurus is awesome and easily my favorite of the two. And there is the Jurassic Facts code if you are interested in adding it to your collection. As usual, as far as articulation goes, we have articulation in the jaw, as usually the predators normally do. You've got articulation in the arms, articulation in the legs, the normal articulation pretty much, and then the tail's on a swivel. All the same stuff that we normally see from the attack packs that we know and love. As far as the size goes, it's a pretty short figure, so from the tail to the head, you're looking at about 6 inches, maybe a little bit over, or about 15.5 centimeters. And for a height, about 3.25 inches, or about 8 centimeters, maybe a little over. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex showing you again that the attack pack figures are fairly small, as they all are in that same size range. They're all quite small. However, even being small, I feel like the actual sculpt and detail on this figure is pretty comparable to what you see on a Papo. Maybe not quite, but it's darn close, and that is what is super impressive about Mattel, just how much work they honestly put into the sculpts of their figures. It really blows me away. And for another comparison, here are all 3 of the new attack pack figures, all here together to look at. You can probably get a pretty good idea of the size of each compared to each other. The Proceratosaurus is actually the smallest of the bunch, which would mean the Musaurus would be the next, and then the Velociraptor Charlie would be the largest of the group. All awesome attack pack figures. So as far as the paint goes on this new Proceratosaurus, this is definitely, without question, my favorite of the two. And we actually have 2 more yet to come according to the Jurassic Facts app, which just recently updated. It did show us that there are 2 more Proceratosaurus figures to come. We know one is definitely a battle damage, the other I'd assume would probably be another attack pack. I could be wrong. However, this figure again looks awesome. I love all the different uses of orange. There are all sorts of variations of orange throughout. I think orange looks very cool on dinosaurs at times, and they've applied it beautifully on this figure. I think it looks very natural, very real, honestly, absolutely awesomely applied. And very striking looking is what I would say this figure is, because it is just so bright, but at the same time dark, so it's kind of just a mixture of both, and just really gives off a beautiful, vibrant, striking look. All the paint, as I said, is applied beautifully, very naturally. The paint on the eyes looks awesome on all of these attack pack figures, and there is also a really nice gloss that gives the eyes that very realistic appearance, as they always seem to include. I love that on this figure, and all the attack pack figures that have been released in this wave. Honestly, I think this might be my favorite wave of attack pack figures, because every single one is a home run, and they even went to the point of including, as the other one that is included with this wave would be the Stygimoloch, which was the orange one, my other favorite attack pack figure, so that is awesome. Again, the sculpt of the Proceratosaurus is really nice. It's beautifully detailed, lots of very fine sculpt and detail included. The tail is a good bit shorter than it should be, as we do tend to get that a lot from Mattel. So I'm not really going to complain too much about it. It's just something we've come to expect. However, the overall sculpt and appearance of the Proceratosaurus is really beautiful. I'm super excited, as always, to continuously get obscure species from Mattel, as far as the Musaurus and Proceratosaurus, things that we've never had in the line before, and things that I never honestly expected to get in the Jurassic Park or World line. So that is also a beautiful, awesome touch. So without question, another surefire win as far as these attack pack figures go. If it's on Amazon, I will throw a link in the description so you can purchase it yourself. If it is not, check your local Walmart, as it either is there already or should be very soon. definitely pick this guy up if you guys are a fan of Proceratosaurus or Jurassic World in general. A very high recommendation from me as far as how nice this looks, way better than the last one, and the last one was quite nice. So buy this awesome Proceratosaurus, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.